Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE Fan 0599 here again, and welcome back to WWE Fans TV Recap Show. And today's recap show will be for Ash versus Evil Dead. That is right, we're here to do Ash versus Evil Dead, and this episode is entitled El Jefe. So, before we get into this recap show, of course, there will be spoilers. So, if you haven't seen this episode, please do not watch this review. You know, there will be spoilers, but if you have seen the episode, or if you just don't care about spoilers, continue on watching. So, yeah. So, what this episode is basically about, it's about, Ash. He's been living a sort of normal life after Army of Darkness, Nothing's happened to him for the last 30 years. And then when he finds out that all the demons are coming back to him, he realizes that he needs to, try to put them all back into the book. So, yeah. So, what did I think of this episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead? This episode was awesome. I loved this episode. This was a great way to start off Ash vs. Evil Dead. It honestly was. I loved almost every single second of Ash vs. Evil Dead. It was such a great pilot episode, so yeah. So let's get into my positives, and my positives are the acting. The acting was really good with the episode. I thought everybody did a really good job in this episode. I thought Bruce Campbell, Bruce is back, baby. Ash. Groovy. Groovy. So yeah, so I thought Bruce Campbell was great. I loved him in this episode, was very funny. Really enjoyed him, he's always great as Ash. So yeah, I really enjoyed Bruce Campbell in this episode. He was great. So yeah, the guy who plays Pablo, he was awesome as well. I really enjoyed him. I really enjoyed the guy who played Pablo. He was really good. I really enjoyed him. So yeah, he was very good in the episode. The woman that plays Kelly, I thought she was really good as well. I really enjoyed her, She did a really good job in this episode as well. So yeah, I really liked her in the episode. So yeah, the acting overall was really good in this episode. I thought everybody did a really good job. Like I said, everybody was really good. So yeah, the the comedy with this with this episode really worked. I was really laughing a lot at this episode. Thought it was very funny. The comedy does really work in this series. I really like the comedy with the series, it really worked for this episode, and the comedy did really work. So yeah, love the comedy with the episode. The action is bloody as can be. Oh my goodness. Now, this is on Stars, remember. Stars can do whatever they want. They have no limits. So, do they go all out with the violence? Oh, yes, they do, and it's awesome. It really is. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. And it was just really great. The action was really great with the episode. So yeah, the writing was really good. I really liked the writing with this episode. So yeah, the writing was just really spot on with this episode. The directing is absolutely amazing with this series. I love the directing with this episode. This episode was actually directed by Sam Raimi himself. So it was great to see him come back to direct the first episode of this series. So I love that. That was great. It was great seeing him direct the first episode of this series. So yeah, Sam Raimi does a great job directing this episode. So yeah, let's talk about some of the moments that happened in this episode, because there were a lot of moments that happened in this episode. First, let's talk about in the beginning when we see, Ash gets this woman, and they do some things, and when they're doing them things, a face, like a demon face, appears on the woman. He's like, what the? Basically. And it says, we're coming for you. And he's like, oh, I need to go. Like, he just goes. Like, he goes. And then when he looks at the Book of Evil, and the reason why the demons are let out is like the funniest thing ever. It's because him and his friend got high while reading the book. What? Like, so yeah, and Ash realizes he messed up, and now the demons are after him. So yeah, then another, and we see also that this FBI team is like investigating this, this abandoned house in a way. we see them investigating this abandoned house, and, we see, like, the friend that Ash got high with, she turns into one of those demons. You see her head, like, take a 360 turn, and then starts attacking the both of them. So yeah, and then, like, she's attacking the lady FBI agent, and, like, she takes scissors and, like, stabs it right through her hand, and her hand starts bleeding. I was like, oh my goodness. So, yeah. And then her partner, like, blows half of her head off. Like, I guess, the demon. He blows half of her head off, throws him into, like, these, deer antlers, stabs him, and then she finishes the job by pulling out this magnum and then blowing the rest of her head off. So yeah. Then her partner turns into one of those demons himself, and then she shoots him right in the head. Blood goes everywhere. Yada yada yada. Then when Ash is at his his work, he does work, and he's putting, like, light bulbs away. He starts hearing things. He starts hearing things all around him, and he's looking through some of these dolls. Like, there's, like, dolls there. Like, he's looking through a lot of them, and he sees one. One just starts coming right at him, and then we get this really funny fight between Ash and, like, this doll. So, yeah. That was very funny. I really enjoyed that. The doll bites him. I mean, seriously, that was funny. It really was. Very funny fight. And then Pablo comes in with just a shovel and squishes the thing. So yeah, and the blood goes everywhere. So yeah, and Pablo's like, what is this? What's going on? And then Ash starts explaining to Pablo what's been going on with him. He said that me and my friends, we went to a cabin one time, and I opened up this thing called the Book of Evil. And that's why he's basically explained to him what has been going on with him and why this is happening. So I really like that, took us down a trip back to the first movie and even a bit of the second movie. So that was really good. I really liked that. So yeah. And then when Ash, Kelly, and Pablo go back to Ash's place basically for safety, one of the demons followed them, and the demon just starts trying to get through the place, and one of the demons grabs Kelly, and Ash is like, should I do something? Because he's been kind of not really knowing what he wants to do. Then he just takes the axe, like, throws it, and then boom, cuts the demon's hand right off, and lets go of Kelly. Decides it's gonna come in himself and try to take down them themselves. So yeah, then Ash grabs the shotgun, or as he loves to call it, the boomstick, blows the dude's head off, basically ending it right there. So yeah, that was cool. Then let's get into the final moment of the episode where, when we all think it's all said and done, Ash is about to go grab his chainsaw. One of his neighbors, who turns into one of the demons, who's like this old lady. The name escaped my mind, but, she's like, we told you we were coming for you. We told you we were coming for you. And, and that was a really cool scene. And, she's just wrecking through all of them. And then when Pablo's like, dude, catch, he, takes his foot and just, on the handle of the chainsaw, throws it at Ash. Ash takes, where his hand was cut off, clicks it together, boom, cuts her head off clean off. Just clean. Like a clean sweep off. So, yeah. That was really cool. I really, liked that. That was an awesome way to end the episode. So, yeah. But I do have a few negatives, however, with this episode. And my negatives are, it's really slow. This episode was very, very slow. I thought I could have picked up just a bit. Just a really slow episode. I thought just the episode could have just picked up a bit more. So yeah, just very, very slow in my opinion. It could have just picked up a bit more. So yeah. And then there were some visual effects. They do use some visual effects. I love how they use practical effects, with makeup and stuff. That's cool. Love that. Love seeing that. But there are parts where they do use visual effects, and it wasn't really that good. I was like, really? So yeah. Well, besides that, a great episode. Great way to start off this series. I loved it. So yeah. So it's time for my official grade on this episode, and my official grade on this episode is an A-. I personally loved it. It was great. It was a great way to start off the series. So yeah, it's getting an A-. So what you guys think of this week's episode? Leave in the comment section below, and I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we'll see you about later. Peace.